Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nerd Sanctuary. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the safety of your nerddom. And remember, please hit that like button and subscribe. All right, guys, Night Zion here with the next workshop. It is May 18th, and The Art of the Artisan has come out. I'm probably a little bit late, but that's all right. Let's take a look at these decks to figure out which ones we should play. Which one we should play. Yard work and 0 to hero. First of all, A plus to both of these decks for names.
I think the one needs work.
Oh, by the way, I have Psycho 1 and Major Lady here. Yard work needs work. Okay. So we're looking at an obvious graveyard deck here. Looks like decent mana. All right. So once again, with these kind of decks, I look for synergy and whatever separates one deck from the other, like removal or rare bombs or something like that. Looks like we have a ton of synergy here. It looks like we're trying to mill our graveyard to get to Moldervine or Lotlith Giant, which is pretty cool. So let's look at removal here. We have 4 Necrotic Wounds. That's going to require quite a bit of graveyard synergy, but okay. 2 Heartless Axe, which are really good. 4 Mire Tritons, which are kind of removal, kind of graveyard synergy, so that's pretty cool. So we have, like a Chainweb Spider. Okay, so synergy, 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 synergy. Wow, okay, so as a stark contrast to last workshop, this is a really well-built deck. A lot of synergy, some good removal, no rares or busted cards. So let's look at the other deck. 0 to hero. Maybe this will be the hero. Okay, so we're looking at a red-white go wide deck here. Not really that wide as far as I can tell. So, all right, let's look at what separates this. So first of all, we have no rares. Not as good lands. Also, quite a few lands. 23 lands for an aggressive deck. Interesting. This could steal a game, so that's pretty cool. +2/+2 and flying to a creature. So how hard can we pump creatures? We have an angelic gift.
Do we have anything with heroic?
Yeah, there's the 10th Street Legionnaire with heroic-ish. I'm holding up my quotation fingers. Air quotes, that's it. So, I mean, there's that. And then this gives +1 when it gets targeted. But there's not a whole lot to target it. There's 3 God's Willings and an angelic gift. Oh, and also a fairy godmother. Does this trigger on... Okay, it does. So the synergy is a little bit lower here, though it looks higher when you first glance at it. I don't think you go wide enough. I don't know. This deck probably could steal a couple of wins. Overall, I think these decks are much more well balanced than the other ones, than last week's. So let's I don't know. Let's choose the green-black deck and just jump right into it. Here we go. All right, yard work to the rescue. I'm not 100% confident on this choice. Like, as I said, there's definitely the option for the red-white deck to hero it up and steal a game. So we'll see what actually happens here. Again, it's a lot harder to choose on these decks, which is a good thing. I think that's a great thing for these workshops. I think they should be much more balanced than they were last week. Although this is taking a while, so maybe
You're gonna play against me because I picked the other one.
that'd be great. Nope, you're in before me. So maybe a lot of people are playing the green black deck here. A lot of people like yard work. All right. Let's get it on.
Oh, should I do the thing?
What thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get her done. All right, so we have 2 enablers, 3 enablers, a payoff, and a removal spell. I'm going to keep. Good mana. So for those of you who don't know my sideboarding, whoa, a little lag there. A lot of lag there. Okay. What is going on? It's definitely not on my computer. Okay, cool. For those of you who don't know my mulligan strategy, it's basically, does your hand have lands and spells? Do your lands cast your spells, and are you effective in the early game? That is the simplest way I can put it. Beyond that, there's a lot more things you need to consider, like what format you're in, what payoffs you have, what's your plan. But generally speaking, do I have lands and spells? Do my lands cast my spells? And am I effective in the early game? So I kind of like... Can I vulture? I can. I can vulture here and then kill his dude. So I think I like that plan. Sure. Yeah, I'm going to bolt the bird. That's exactly what this is. Also very laggy, which is weird. Boom. Yeah, I will auto pay. Those of you who don't watch my stream, today I decided that I was done with the auto tapper. It is most certainly not my computer. All right, Arena, come on. Okay. So we get to Skull Prophet twice here, so I think I'm going to go to attacks. Not with that. Blocks, sure. Skull Prophet. Skull Prophet. There are no Wraths in either deck that we saw. Definitely not in the green-black deck, so we don't have to worry about going wide. And there we go. There's our win.
It's not about having lethal, it's about convincing your opponent that you do.
I guess. Let's play another one so you guys get to see it here. Unpaused. Okay, re-explain that.
I definitely like what your opponent was doing there in conceding when he did, because in these specific formats where the amount of losses you have don't matter and they only count the amount of wins, maximizing the win probability is most important. So if you are significantly behind, it's better to just concede rather than try to eke out the percentages in that specific game.
That's a fair point. Yeah. All right, so here we have a Mire Triton into pretty much nothing. So again, do I have lands and spells? Yes. Do my lands cast my spells? Well, kind of. Am I effective in the early game? Yes. So is this good enough on the draw? So this is where the next steps come in to keep. What do you think, Psycho 1?
I'm pretty happy with this.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think I'm good with keeping this hand.
This looks like an above average limit. Well,
And because our opponent's an idiot and decided to sleeve his deck, we get to know what deck he's on, and we know that he's not on the same deck. So we're going to keep this.
You also sleeved your deck.
I am also an idiot and sleeved my deck, yes.
Oh, we should sleeve our deck in a Boros.
No, we don't. Because we just played the mirror match. Yep. Oh, hey, look, we drew a forest, so that's pretty good.
Like I said, snap keep.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just going to always draw what you need, that seems good to me.
Yeah, this seems like a good turn to draw a removal spell. Next turn.
Yeah, next turn, yeah. So we're going to play the bird here, coming from the alpha reference Bird of Paradise. There are some removal spells in the Boros deck, but if they want to use them here, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, that and just setting up for the turn to Skull Prophet and the Mire Triton.
Okay, so we see here why I decided to keep this hand. Okay, so he can God's Willing here. If he uses that here, I can still block with Mire Triton, requiring him to have a second God's Willing. That seems pretty good for me. We're just using his spells here. So there's the God's Willing. Great. Down to 3 cards. He gets to scry 1, which is good for him.
Castle gets to hit you for 1, which
And he-
is
sure.
mostly inconsequential.
Yeah, I mean, he was going to hit me with for 1 anyway. So if I didn't block here, I was going to Skull Prophet into Mire Triton. It's not that much different.
I guess you could have Farika's spawn next turn, but I think Mire Triton will just cover that.
So, yeah, probably. We want to keep up a... if my opponent... Oh, jeez. That just went right to it. If my opponent knows anything about these decks, he knows that we have Necrotic Wounds and that we might be keeping that up. Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
That's really good for him.
That is good for him.
Does Lalo try and have reach?
No.
No.
The only way we have to remove that is our 6 removal spells, and one of them is gone.
Okay, yeah, so we'll go next turn.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty good for him. Attack for 5. I mean, this is why you play the red-white deck, right?
Oh, yeah.
He got his 1 of Angelic Gift.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can't fault him for that. I would like to be in full control, please. I don't know why, but I do. Make
Because
him
America.
think about it.
Think about it, think about it.
Ouch. All right, there's our Necrotic Wound. So we get to attack here. We're not blocking, so who cares? And we'll play a Skull Prophet, keeping up Necrotic Wound for nothing, probably. But at least we have it, and we will play our Swamp. Again, if he has removal for a Mire Triton, that's fine. We don't care. We'll probably untap, activate our Skull Prophet, and see what happens. Hey, now I don't have to hold full control. Okay, so this puts 3 cards in our graveyard. So that's not good for us, I have to admit. Going to 10 here.
Draw here is a land. Not
Well, a tapped land is not really where we wanted to be.
yeah, this is beginner life. That does change the clock on
It
board.
does change the clock. So when Magic players say the clock, they mean how many turns it's going to take to kill you or them. In this case, his clock was 2. 4 plus 1 is 5. We were at 10. 1 attack, 2 attacks. In this case, we gained 1 life, so now it changed it to 3. And as we know from our examination, that the deck doesn't have a whole lot of ways to pump the 10th District Legionnaire. 10th Street is a different card. Oh, wait. It looks like he has one. That's a good one. That's a real good one. So that cut that clock in half. Ouch. Boom. So now we are dead unless we can deal with this 5/5. Okay, so we can Relentless Pursuit and Necrotic Wound. So that kills a 5/5, so it keeps us 1, 2 block alive. So here we go. All right, so this puts 4 cards in our graveyard. We have plenty. Okay, so we get to take whatever we want here. Probably just take a gain a life land. What do you think?
I don't hate that. Blood for Bones?
You can't take that. It's a land or a
oh, yeah,
creature. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the game.
Oh, I get to take both.
Oh, that's hot.
Now I need to count. 1, 2, and 5 is 7. Okay. So unfortunately, we can't play Skull Prophet and Necrotic Wound. Necrotic Wound only counts creatures. Okay, I was wrong. We are dead. Cool. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. All right, let's try the Boros deck.
I like doing it.
Yeah. I don't think either one is actually better. I think this is pretty
I think
pretty
the-
good.
I think Zero to Hero is significantly better just based off of name. I think the other deck does legitimately need work. I know I already said that joke, but it does bear
Fair enough.
because Reanimator.
I actually think if you play more decks or more games, I think the green black deck would probably get more wins.
Oh, I agree. But
Yeah.
I also just like randomly casting Goblin Guys and getting there.
Sure.
I mean, this deck doesn't have Goblin Guys, but you know.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Oh,
So-
I think it auto-sleeves your deck.
Yeah, it sure does auto sleeve your
Can you
deck.
change your deck?
N-
Sleeves?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
All right, so we're on this red-white aggressive deck on the play with an angelic gift with 3 pieces of removal. So I feel like we're doing our. I also want to say hello here because I don't want to be a jerk.
Fact.
Also,
that was,
God's willing
that
was
was terrible.
best draw ever. Do I just want to kill this thing?
Probably.
Yeah, I do. I do want to choose 2 targets. Thank you. Boom. All right, now we have God's willing up.
Very good job with the remix bits.
All right, we're obviously not going to cycle our God's willing for a scry here. He has 2 cards in his grave. Okay, so he has 1 creature in his grave, so he can't do anything here.
I didn't realize I didn't done the bit.
I like just going for it, and let's Angelic Gift, keeping up God's willing. Again, he has Heartless Axe, but we have a God's willing, so it should be okay. He only has 2 Heartless Axe. There's the Heartless Act. We will pay. We get to trigger this, scrying 1. We will put that on the bottom since we can't cast it. And it is definitely not necessary here. That seems fine. We will keep that. Yep. All right, now because he did that in combat, we get to get in there for 4. He should have done that on his turn.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
On his turn or after. Well, I understand why he did it. He did it so that you didn't draw the card off of Angelic Gift there.
Sure. I don't care. So just because you have an instant doesn't mean you should use it at instant speed.
Case in point, I definitely let my opponent untap with a Consecrated Sphinx.
I think.
Oh
Oh,
no, I had the Consecrated Sphinx, but let him untap, tried to kill his Batter Skull, and he had a counter spell.
so at some point we do need to play around this spawn.
Yeah.
I don't
Does it have
think
reach?
it makes us sack a creature, and we only
Oh,
have
that's
one
right, that's right,
creature.
yeah.
Right? Yeah. So
I mean, I guess we could just cast the Fairy Godmother now.
yeah, I think so. We have nothing
Very
else to
nice,
keep
though.
up, so I think we do both, right? Just double checking our auto tap. Woot. Rapid Flames might be necessary. No.
Yeah, even
I've-
if Rapid Flames is, we have the Guild Gate here.
Yeah, we have a guild gate, and I think at some point we will get to.
I just realized that the dual lands in the Boros deck don't gain life where the lands in the Yardwork deck do.
Actually, we have both.
Oh, neat.
We don't have Evolving Wilds like this deck does.
Oh, that makes sense.
It does make sense. I would put Evolving Wilds in this deck, but
I think
okay,
not.
there's the second of 2 Heartless Acts. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I think that does mean that our mana is just better here. Did we just kill them? Yeah, we just killed them, right?
So, yes. I was trying to think of some complicated line that you may have thought of, but then I realized it's just burn 'em. Burninate the countryside. All right.
Send them
Oh,
They sent you the GG.
Oh. I missed it. I'm so sorry, friend. If you watch me on YouTube or whatever, I'm sorry. I meant to. All right. So, Psycho 1, what do you think about these decks? Where are you in this format?
I kind of like the red white deck. I like in a undetermined odd format like this. I like being the aggressor. I feel like yard work might stumble here and there, and if zero to hero just randomly gets out an aggressive start, it's kind of hard to come back from that.
So it's pretty
Um,
easy to say that when you can't literally cannot lose, it's safer to just go aggressive, mulligan aggressively, concede aggressively
Yeah.
if you have to, and just get it
I
as quick
also
as possible.
I also think zero to hero being the more aggressive deck, you are gonna get to the requisite amount of wins faster because the games that you win are gonna be shorter, and the games that you're losing you concede earlier anyway to get in more games.
That makes sense to me. I hope this helps you out, guys, and I will see you next time. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, and remember to stay safe out there.